Streets of Rage, Shinobi, Jet Set Radio, Golden Axe, and Crazy Taxi. If you're a fan of Sega games, you want to check out today's sponsor. Thank you again to Mage Games for sponsoring. Let's hear from them.
Mage Games is the brand new peer-to-peer marketplace to buy and sell your video games. You can buy and sell both retro games and recent titles, and this platform is built for gamers as well as independent stores to be able to sell their games to the UK only. Selling is 100% free on the platform as it stands. There are no listing fees and no commissions on sales. So check out Mage Games today, and we're offering you a £5 discount on your first purchase over £20 using code THEGEBS24, limited to 50 users until the 31st of December 23.
This week, Grand Theft Auto 6 was announced, but we don't care because today is all about the legacy IPs of Sega. That's right, 5 new games literally came out of nowhere. And let's face it, in a world full of Sonic the Hedgehog iteration after iteration, not that I'm bashing Sonic in any way, shape or form, but I would say it is about time Sega did something new, old, and released some games that people love. Not just remakes, oh no, but brand new games, so we are led to believe. So the trailer in question was just over a minute and 30 seconds, and around the 25-second mark in the trailer, we finally got to see some juicy things. And it wasn't really until after I finished streaming last night that I hopped onto that trailer and I was like, I need to see what this is all about because I had a crazy busy day yesterday and didn't get a chance to see the announcement live. So, amidst my excitement now in this video, and I think you can hopefully hear it in my voice, I want to talk about my views, and we're going to talk about it in the comment section as well. Not gonna lie, my favourite announcement was Streets of Rage. I've grabbed some screens and we know that from the tiny little text in the bottom on all the games, this is very, very early gameplay. So the Streets of Rage looks like a 3D brawler, which isn't a massive surprise considering I don't think it would have worked necessarily as a 2D, especially because we've got Streets of Rage 4 that did Streets of Rage 4 2D really, really well. I'm intrigued to see how Streets of Rage is going to look 3D. Now, we know that Fighting Force on the PlayStation 1, developed by Core Design, was pitched to Sega as Streets of Rage 4, but they poo-pooed it and it was reskinned to make Fighting Force, and it worked really, really well. But looking at the very, very, very minimal gameplay that we've got in the trailer, this kind of looks like the Fighting Force-esque on the PS1. Brilliant. Now, not many of you know this, but way back when there was some very, very early footage of a Streets of Rage 4. I'm going to quote, well, I'm not going to quote, but I'm going to cite Sean Noonan, who was a developer on this Streets of Rage back in the day, which was a cancelled Streets of Rage game. It kind of feels for me like a little bit of the Sean Noonan Streets of Rage and Fighting Force on the PlayStation 1 mashed together in this Sega trailer. So again, not many of you know that about the cancelled Streets of Rage, but it feels like a hodgepodge of that. Now, I'm really, really excited for it, and unfortunately, not much was released other than what we see. We don't know if we're getting physical on these 5 games. We don't know if we're getting digital. We don't know if we're getting a collector's edition. We don't know if they're all going to be on one cartridge on one game disc. We just don't know. So I think Sega have done really, really well here to give us just enough to get excited about, but just enough as well for us to be left with many, many questions, a little bit like the GTA 6 trailer. Thank you, Rockstar. So, Streets of Rage, definitely really pumped for. Of course, we get a brand new Jet Set Radio. It's over 20 years since we've had a new Jet Set Radio game, and it looked gorgeous. It really, really did. Now, I'm not as pumped for Jet Set Radio as I am Streets of Rage because I just played Streets of Rage so much more than what I did Jet Set Radio. In fact, the Dreamcast actually passed me by. Back on launch, I was 16 in 1999 and I had other things to do. I kind of drifted out of gaming, so I came back to the Dreamcast and the likes of Jet Set Radio later down the line, so I don't have as much original nostalgia for it as I do, for example, Streets of Rage, the entire trilogy. Well, I lie. Well, I don't lie, but 1 and 2 especially, 3 I shied away from, but I did play it. So we've got that. It does look really nice. Graphically, it looks really beautiful. Flows, ebbs and flows looked great on the trailer. Now, Shinobi, of course, played a lot of Shinobi on the Sega Mega Drive back in the day, and boy, does this look beautiful. It's like that cel-shaded-esque 2D fluid. Really shocked at how excited I was for a new Shinobi game. And out of everything that's happened video game wise in 2023, I would not have put money on the Shinobi IP coming back to the forefront of our mind, and I think this is a little bit of a secret weapon here. The Shinobi aspect of this Sega trailer is a little bit of a secret weapon. So I think that's really actually quite clever from Sega's marketing point of view to chuck in these legacy IPs that people didn't necessarily expect to see. So I think overall Shinobi looks great. I love the kind of cel shady kind of aspect of it. And of course it's nice that they've kept it as a 2D. They've not messed around and brought it into that 3D realm like they did Golden Axe, which we're gonna talk about. So that's really cool. Now, of course, Crazy Taxi. This...
Hey, come on over, have some fun with Crazy Taxi!
That sound effect right there ruminates and just emanates so much in my brain. Crazy Taxi, we played this down at OLL actually. It was one of the competition games that was with the kind of stuff that we did on stage with John Riggs. We actually played Pilot Wings, but I think it was, who was it? Is it Adam Korolik that played Crazy Taxi? Anyway, I'll link the OLL video if you want to go check that out. But Crazy Taxi is absolutely wicked, and it just again looks true to form. They haven't reinvented the wheel from what we've seen in the new Sega trailer. It looks like Crazy Taxi, it feels like Crazy Taxi. As a streamer as well over on Twitch, I hope we don't have any copyrighted music. If we do, I would like a streamer mode for the new Crazy Taxi, but nonetheless it does look true to form. So I think I'm really hyped for that, and I'll rank these games in order of excitement at the end. We know Streets of Rage is my favourite. Now, of course, Golden Axe. We have had a Golden Axe game released since the Sega Mega Drive beauties, and unfortunately it wasn't up to par. I'm not quite sure how it's going to work. I would have preferred it in a 2D format, but they've really gone bold and they've took it in, they've rather kept it from the I think it was a PS2 release. They've kept it as 3D. Now, what do you guys think about this? I think they should have kept it 2D and maybe gone down the Shinobi route of having some cel shaded stuff and giving it a bit more of like a dark edge. I think that would have worked really nicely. But out of these entire 5 games, we've had tasters. We've had alpha gameplay. We don't know what's coming. Like I said, we've got more questions than answers, but it's done just enough to put Sega back in front. You know, they're competing up there for me with the excitement level there with the likes of Nintendo, because not much has come out of the Nintendo camp. We know we've had Mario Wonder, and of course Mario Wonder is phenomenal. I've completed it on stream, it's amazing. But I'm so used to that formula that it just feels a little bit too familiar. Whereas this is coming back, this is bringing nostalgia back, this is bringing excitement back. So I really do hope that they don't fuck up Golden Axe, but fingers crossed, going into the new year, we will see more. So in terms of my excitement then, out of all the games that were announced in this trailer, Streets of Rage is definitely my most anticipated. I'm putting that at number 1. I'm gonna go Shinobi at number 2. purely because I'm completely intrigued with the beautiful graphic style. It kind of feels again a bit Dead Cellsy. If you've played Dead Cells, a really nice indie game. So I'm going to whack that at number 2. I'm going to go Crazy Taxi at number 3. It doesn't reinvent the wheel. It looks fast, it looks frantic, we've got new vehicles, the graphics look great. Everything about it just has that charm of that initial playthrough on the Sega Dreamcast back in the day. And number 4, I'm going to put Jet Set Radio. Again, I wasn't hugely a part of the Jet Set Radio mania back in the day, but nonetheless, I'm excited to play this, and maybe this will be the game that really whets my palate for this as an IP. And then in 5th place, I'm going to go Golden Axe, purely because I'm dubious about the 3D environments, but nonetheless, it could really work. Who knows, maybe it's going to be like a Souls game. Would Golden Axe work as a Souls game? I don't know. I want to hear your comments in the comment box below, and we can hash out more points. Now, I know that a lot of YouTubers put out their 2 cents, and I wanted to put out mine, and I hope you have enjoyed this video as much as I've enjoyed smiling from ear to ear, talking about these legacy IPs coming back in 2024. Fingers crossed it's not 2025. Thank you, GTA 6. Side note, I'm very excited for GTA 6 as well. So thank you so much for watching. Please leave a like rating and subscribe. And guys, I will see you in the next one. Take care. Cheers.
I need a few seconds of your time to tell you about channel memberships. If you guys want to become a channel member, click join from the main page or the second link in the description. There are 3 tiers, all with different perks for you if you want to become a team member. Thanks for your time. Let's continue with the video.